All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's about time to have some more baseball stuff. Sure, fans are turned down. So, pretty much the same lineup for LG. Defensively, again, Austin at first, back to first. Moonbo Young is feeling better, so he's over at third. Iju Hun back behind the plates, but Pak Dong Wan is still in the lineup, but he is batting as the DH today. Hernandez out on the mound. He didn't start earlier this week. But he only went one inning because he got ejected for the third time on this season. He has some control issues. Another headshots is what they call it in Korea. It's Konglish. So headshot with a hit somebody in the head with a fastball. It's automatic ejection. So he hit Pak Ganu. So now instead of starting on Sunday, Tuesday, Sunday start. He is starting today because again he only pitched one inning. But we are underway now with a strike to Jung Soo Bin. So see how many that he can throw. Doosan having their Korean ace on the mound is that is below in the dirt, and it's 1-1. So Jung Soo Bin hitting a 276 on the season, back up in the top of the lineup. He was down at the bottom of the lineup for a little bit also. And a little check swing over Moonbo Young, and that is going to be trouble as he's probably going to round first and cruise into seconds. And just like that, the perfect game, the no hitter, all gone, and they've got a runner on seconds with nobody out. Oh, Doosan without a head coach. I mean, they have their temporary head coach. The former coach finally decided that he didn't know what he was doing after took about a season and a half, 2 seasons too long for him to realize what everybody else knew, and he resigned. So, and that's going to be a single through to the right side. Moon Sung Ju is going to come up firing, but Jung Soo Bin has got plenty of speed and an RBI single. And it's already 1-0 Doosan as the Hanwha fans in attendance. Hanwha game is shut down. It's fine today. Should be no problems at all. I don't know why they're even bothering with the the game in Busan. It's about to start just dumping rain down there. Hanwha's game is canceled. It's still raining here. It's been raining for about 24 hours or so. As Yang Yiji steps in, looks at the strike one at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. No, a double and a single has made it 1-0 already. Yeah, it looks like I don't think they're even going to start the game in Busan as that's in there for a strike and it's 0-2. Still hasn't started. And yeah, I mean, looking at the radar, it just does not look good for like it's raining now. It's going to let off for about 30 minutes before it just starts dumping again. And way up high, 1-2. Yang Yi this week not having a good week, a 182 on the week. Just 2 hits for the Doosan backstop. And here comes the 1-2 pitch and the dirt, but stop there. And now it's 2-2. Hernandez again just struggles with command. He has strikeout stuff 42 strikeouts in just 37 innings, but 13 walks in those 37 innings. He struggled with command last year and again this year as slides back in to first. So again, he did start on Tuesday's game. He threw 22 pitches, ended up giving up 1 run, 1 hit, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. And first strikeout of the day for Hernandez as Yang Yi goes down with a nice pirouette, and it's one away. Oh, yeah, and a hit headshot to Pak Ganu. Automatic ejection on a Tuesday. Gave up 1 hit, 1 walk. Well, with not really a walk, but a hit by pitch. And that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Why did they give him a huge extension? I don't get that. Why they signed him another 2 years and 15, like 1.5 a year or something? Is that is a foul away and it's 0-2 now. I just don't understand why they gave him he had the worst season of his career last year, and then they give him an extension this year when he's not pitching that well either. But what do I know? As that is in the dirt, and it's 1-2 now. No, a double by Jung Soo Bin, an RBI single by Kim Dong Jun. I have not. I have not followed it all. I mean, there's plenty of videos out there, Steve, as that is fouled into his foot. I know like each area has their own big their big college, and then there's always the I know was it Yonsei versus Seoul is always a big game, and then they have the college versus high school all stars every year in June here in Daejeon. They have that game, but I don't really know much else about it. Trying to get my stuff updated. Kiwi and I were busy watching the top 25 brawls in KBO history before this game. All right, he's stepping back in and off of his foot, so he took a little bit of a break. He's stepping back into the box now after a couple practice swings, and we'll have another 1-2 pitch. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch that's up high. It's a swing and a miss and a throw down to seconds. It gets him, and that's going to be a strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the first inning for Doosan. We will go to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0. I hit the wrong button. There was no error. What is up with my? No, Hernandez gives up a double, gives up a single, but he gets out of it without any other issues, and we go to the bottom of the first. So same lineup as usual. Shinmin Jae up at the top of that lineup. He's taken over at the top of the lineup. Park Hae-min has not had a good season offensively, so he is down in that bottom of the order there, down in the 9 spots. Defensively, Kim Jae-won is actually playing in left today instead of DHing. Cave over and right, Jung Soo Bin in first, or in center field. Kim Min Suk over at first base as Yang Sung Won not in the lineup. I don't even know if he's on the first team. And currently, he has been struggling so badly. As no, he is not even on the main roster. So Kwok Bin out on the mound for Doosan, making his first, I guess technically his first away starts. He is again Seoul. Seoul has 3 teams. They have Kium that plays in Gochuk the Dome, and then they have Doosan and Jamsil, or Doosan and Seoul that both play in Jamsil. Yeah, look at that lineup though. Look at the infield. Shortstop, second, third, and first, all at the bottom of the lineup. When you have your first baseman and your third baseman at the bottom of the lineup, that is not a pretty picture. All right, here we go. Shinmin J looks at the first pitch, and it is a, strike in there for Guak Bean. I'm not a fan of this NBC sports broadcast here. Sometimes they have the strike zone. Sometimes they don't have it, as that is in there for another strike. So I can't call it until the umpire calls it. And some of these umpires take days to make the call back behind home plate. All right, that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman cuts it across, throws a wild throw, but is stretched by the first baseman, and that's will be one away. Not sure why he rushed it so much, but Kim Hyun Soo will step in now. Kwok Bin has only 3 starts on this season. He injured himself, I believe, his back. I want to say his back. He injured his back in the preseason, and he's only made 3 starts. As that one is in there for a strike on a swing by Kim Hyun Soo. Kim Hyun Soo, 289 on the season, as that is also in there for a strike. Again, I have no idea really where these are landing because they don't have the K zone. K zone is important here because again, KBO uses the ABS system, as that's way outside, and it's 1-2. So Kwok Bin only 3 starts on the season. He did win his last starts, but it was against Kium. So 7 points at 2 innings, gave up 2 runs in that game to get his first start. He lost his first 2 starts, one to Lotte and one to Kia. This game before Kium, he went 5 innings and gave up 2 runs also. But Kim Hyun Soo goes down and golfs that one into the corner, cave over. Kim Hyun Soo chugging into second base and will slide into second on a awful throw by Cave that went I don't know where, but the third baseman ends up taking it as the throw was so offline, and LG has now got their first base runner with Austin coming up. As Kim Hyun Soo brings out the 9-iron to hook it over the first baseman and gets over to the foul line as he hustles and shows the wheels. Was the ball? What ball? As that is ball one. And Austin lifts that one up. A Cave going back, and he will grab it. Kim Hyun Soo tags up and will head into third base on the fly ball to right field. Oh, I think it would. I think he just threw it way off balance. It shouldn't be wet. I mean, it hasn't rained for hours in Seoul. Just pure speed. I mean, there's nothing else you could say except pure speed. All right, Moonbo Young steps in now and holds up on that. I think he did hold up, and it's 1-0. Moonbo Young, 295 on the season, as he has been dealing with some health issues. Has only been DHing. He is back over there at third base now, though. Yeah, swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. Go. The pitch number 13, 1-1 counts. It just misses outside, and it's 2-1. All right, here we go. The 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss there. 2-2. All right, the 2-2 pitch now tying run 90 feet away. And that is lifted, but it will get foul and stays 2-2. And here comes the 2-2 count in the dirt. And we've got our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Almost got through a full inning without one. And it is hot outside. It is nasty. It is monsoon season in Korea, ladies and gentlemen. As that is fouled into the dirt, and it stays 3-2. Important now is that if your pitcher is out there, you give him plenty of time in between having to go back out there. 1, 2, 3 innings are very, very detrimental at this point in the season. As the 3-2 sets up on the outside, and he misses badly and walks him. That'll bring up a Moon Sung Ju. As Guak Bean now running into some pitch issues. Alrighty, Moon Sung Ju steps in at 271 on the season as he is starting to hit like he did last year, a little closer to at least, and fouls that first pitch off, and it's 0-1. 19 pitches now for Guak Bean, which means Hernandez has had himself plenty of time to get some fluids, rest a little bit, get himself back into and ready to head back out there. And that misses outside, 1-1. The worst manager in the league right there. Followed very closely by the manager in Dejan. A close third would be the manager in Suwon. And the 1-on is slapped into left field. That is going to score a run. And just like that, LG is tied it up on the RBI single from Moon Sung Ju. And the inning continues. You can credit this this run to the absolute speed by Kim Hyun Soo. Creating runs with the legs, ladies and gentlemen, as Pak Dong-won looks at a pitch right down the middle. 282 on the season for Pak Dong-won. 22 pitches now for Guak Bean. He did throw 100 pitches in his last game. As I think he went around. He did not, apparently, and that's going to be 1-1. NBC not giving us any replays. They're giving us no strike zone, no K zone on the screen. They're not giving us any check swing replays. Might as well just go and broadcast from the stadium. You get the same looks as that is fouled away, 1-2. No home runs this month for Pak Dong-wan, as LG has struggled this month. Lost first place to Hanwha. And the 1-2 is lifted into center field, but Jung Soo Bin under it, and that's two away. I don't know, man, but it really it does make it difficult to stream because I can't, because obviously it's not the strike zone is not perfectly accurate because the angle of the camera changes everything. Probably couldn't find a parking spot. You know how bad parking is in Jamshil. But LG ties it up. Couple of RBI singles after some doubles, and just like that. So we've got a brand new baseball game, ladies and gentlemen. Clock being though 25 pitches in that inning. Not what you want from your starter. Although, there was rain, so yesterday wasn't too big of a deal. Hmm. Make sure I got all my numbers ready and right. Yeah, it's really difficult actually to stream NBC games because I don't know if you're watching the game at home or whatever, but the stat line is at the very very bottom instead of up at the corner. And for me, so my camera's here, and if I'm looking, I have to look way down like this to see uh, the stuff on the screen. So I often just look over here to my broadcast to see what the actual count and all of that stuff is. So not the most ideal, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, Hernandez back out there. He'll face Cave to start things out. And the first pitch is a ball, though, and that's 1-0. Cave 285 on the season, rolls over that one, but it'll head to the dugouts, and it's 1-1. And that is crushed, but foul. That is in a third level shot right there, but a souvenir, but not for those that paid for tickets in the outfield. All righty, here we go. The 1-2 pitch now. And he rolls over that again. And first base coach will get a little bit of a workout, a little jog, and we didn't see how he fielded it. This week, Cave hitting 400 with a double, hitting 375 in his last 5 games. Fouls that one into the glove, but Iju Hun not able to hold on to it, and we'll have another 1-2 count. So Hernandez, as far as a pitch selection, 52% of the time he's going to throw his fastball. About to 145 is the average for him. Off of that, he throws 3 other pitches, as that one was one of them, the curveball, and shortstop out into the grass, and that's 1 away. So he does throw a curveball. That's the second most popular pitch for him. 17% of the time. Also throws a slider 16% of the time, and then 11% of the time he will also throw a changeup. So the top 4 pitches, he may throw some other pitches, but I only get information on the top 4 pitches. So that's all you get, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. As EU Chan steps in, the shortstop, and looks at the ball one up high. 1-0. 292 on this season for the shortstop. And that's a beautiful slider in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. And outside, 2-1. Doosan in a, I would say, a transitional period. Uh, their third baseman from last year, as that is going to be aligned right to Moon Sung Ju, and that's two away. So their third baseman from last year, Ha Young Min, ended up going to KT, and then their second baseman last year, Go Sung or Kang Sung Ho, has just not played well. He's still on the roster, but he's just not played well. Their shortstop, Kim Jae Ho, retired last year. So they're at a situation where they have nobody on the infield. Is that's uh, just missed outside, I guess. And it's want to know their first baseman, Yang Sung Won, signed a big contract 2 years ago. This is his second year under that contract. He is not performing well at all, and that is up high, and it's 2-0. So they really have nothing infield wise. Every single game I stream, we've got a new players on the infield for Doosan. As that misses outside, and it's 3-0 now. Back behind the plate, obviously you have Yang Yi, but he's getting up there. Kim Gi Yun is getting a little bit more playing time late inning games and things like this. This will be the year that he gets quite a bit more, as that's right down the middle for strike one. 3-2 now. So big transitional period for the old Doosan Bears, as that one is lifted up. A left fielder giving chase under it, and that is 3 away. 1, 2, 3, go the Doosan Bears, and that is not good news for Guak Bean and the Doosan Bears. Much better inning there from Hernandez in terms of performance, but he did throw 15 pitches there. He's at 29 now on the day versus 25 just in that first inning from Guak Bean. No, pitch count is going to be an issue. Lots of people say they love playing in the heats. A lot of foreigners really struggle with it. Same, I mean, Koreans obviously struggle with it too, but a lot of pitchers really start to struggle in June, July, and August because it's just so hot. You just run out of energy. You run out of strength so quickly. So elsewhere around the league, well, we got two other games. Kia and SSG are tied at goose eggs in the bottom of the second, and NC and KT are also zeroed out at the top of the second. So KT should win against NC. Owan Suk is again one of the best pitchers, I believe, in the game. The best, I would say, the best foreign left-hander in the game. The KT got a huge advantage by being able to sign or trade Kim Mean, their reliever, for Owan Suk, who has been absolutely fantastic. But Kubon Hyuk will lead things off for the LG Twins here in the bottom of the first. 25 pitches for Guak Bean, 245 for Gubon Hyuk, who fakes the bunt, pulls it back, but it doesn't matter because it's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Gubon Hyuk, the utility infielder, he will play all four infield positions, or he can play all four infield positions. Playing a shortstop recently, playing it a lot because their other shortstop is not been good last year or this year. Rounds that to the third baseman. Another awful throw by the third baseman. And that's 1 away. And he started yesterday with a awful, or started the first inning with an awful throw, and then LG should. I mean, Doosan is awful. Their offense is awful. They don't have a coach. They have a temporary coach right now. As Yiju Han steps in, looks at the ball one on the outside, and it's 1-0. And that's going to be grounded to the shortstop. He's running in. The hair is flowing, and that's 2 away. The hair is bouncing on Lee over there at just second base. Yu Chan trying to earn his spot on the all hair team, on the all flow team. Looking like a Minnesota hockey stud. And here comes Hockey Mean, Kiwi's favorite, as that's way outside, 1-0. 247 on the season for the center fielder. Again, having his worst offensive player. 제가 한국에 있어요. And 1-1. Pops that bunt up, but into the netting. It's so bad, and it's 1-2. Kiwi, you don't mean that. 아니요, 아니요. 저 하기군요. As that is going to drop in, and Kiwi didn't get his wish, ladies and gentlemen, as that is another hit for LG, and they've got a runner on first with the 2 outs in on the bottom of the second. 네, 근데 저기 어떤 팀 좋아해요? 근데 여기 well, they were trying to find a Doosan fan, but they couldn't find any. All righty, here we go. 100, the full collection. I had to, as that is going to be a out on the attempted stolen base, and once again, LG's manager proving why he is the worst in the league, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go to the third inning. Another caught stealing by LG. Yeah, so when they first came out, I think I got NC, Kium, Doosan, and KT. Actually, the very last one I got was Hanwha. It was the hardest one to find. 좋아하는 팀 없어요. I don't have a favorite team. Helping out Glock Bean out there. Only 9 pitches in that inning. Courtesy of the stolen base, or the caught stealing, not a stolen base. Doosan will have the 8-9-1 hitters coming up. Kiwi, can you type that without needing the autofill yet? All right. Still no runs anywhere else. All right. Top of the third inning. Hernandez back out there. A bit. Yeah, I don't. I think I still type faster. I think I type faster. Man, I don't know. It's pretty close. I know I'd have in English. There was a strike there, I guess. Okay, we got a strike. Thank you for coming back after the pitch is already thrown and back to Hernandez. But apparently there was a strike there, as that is lifted into right, and Moon Sung Ju back under it though, and that's 1 away. That brings up the first baseman, Kim Min Suk. Obviously, again, I talk about this all the time. Your lineup says a lot about your team. When your first baseman is batting in the nine spots, you've got some serious issues. As that is grounded right to the first baseman. He slowly walks, steps on the bag, spins, and throws. And we're back up to the line. Oh man, I can't do that. You talking about like the old T9 style where you just have the nine keys and man, it takes me forever to do that. All right, Jung Soo Bin steps back in. He is 1 for 1 on the day, doubled and scored a run in his first at bats. Looks at strike one down the middle there though, and it's 0-1. And that misses inside 1-1. 쭉 어디에 있어요? 어떤 도시에 있어요? All righty, here we go. The 1-1 pitch, and that is in the dirt again. 2-1. And that misses inside, and it's 3-1. Here we go. The 3-1 pitch sets up on the outside, and he fouls that away, runs the count full. And this will be the first full count of the day for Doosan. And he fouls that one away again. He is a guy that does not strike out very often. He will have a couple 10 pitch at bats every week. Pitch number 7 of this at bat coming up now. All righty, here we go. The 3-2 pitch once again sets up down the middle, and the curveball steps out as he ends up taking it himself, as Austin wasn't back there yet. And he takes it himself, tags out to Jung Soo Bin, and we will go to the bottom of the third. It's 1-1. The 1-2-3 hitters coming up for LG after another 1-2-3 inning. 10 pitches of that inning. He's still sitting at 39, is setting nicely on the day, especially after 22 pitches on Tuesday before drilling Pak Ganu in the head. Trying to see. Looks like they've announced the starters for Sunday's game for Samsung and LG, or Samsung and Lotte. What will the old weather be like, though? No, I don't. I don't do Twitch. I thought about it, but so uh, 네. 작년부터 유튜브밖에 중계 방송하지 않아요. 근데 아 2022년, 2023년 아프리카 TV에서 중계 방송했어요. Tomorrow's Won Tae-in and Park Se-eun. I was honestly hoping it was Won Tae-in and Davison, but I'll stick with I'll take that. All right, to Shin Min Jae fouls that one into the catcher, and it's on 1. outside, 1-1. Okay. Yeah, I want to stream on Soup, but because I live in Korea, I can't. Soup and I were trying to work stuff out, but it just couldn't be done. All righty, here we go. The 1-2 pitch. And sets up right down the middle of the curveball. That's going to be grounded to the shortstop. Quick throw, and one away. Guac Bean, again, he's only pitched 3 games, so you don't know. His his numbers are obviously going to fluctuate after uh, every single game, but mainly 42% of the time or 52% of the time he's going to throw his fastball. He is one of the harder throwers, as that's in there for a strike to Kim Hyun Soo. Kim Hyun Soo with a double and a run scored in his first at bats, as that one is up and in, and it's 1-1. So 52% on time, 149. Again, he throws fairly hard, very hard for a Korean, as that is bounced in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Off of that, he throws a slider 21% of the time, curveball 14% of the time, and then a changeup 13% of the time. So it's not like a lot of the Koreans. They have their fastball and then usually a fork ball or a slider or a changeup, a second pitch that is going to be 30% of the time, and then maybe 10% with their second or third pitch and 5% with their fourth. He does have 3 secondary pitches that you are having to kind of watch out for, wait for, think about. It's not just the fastball in a secondary pitch. All righty, here we go. The 2-2 is that's going to be a slow roller, but it gets foul and it stays 2-2. 44 pitches now for Guac Bean. Again, only 9 pitches in the second inning, but 2 straight 1, 2, 3 innings for Doosan on the offensive side. You're going to have to start to running into or worrying about the pitches and being out there. And the 2-2, it's popped up. Yang Yi giving chase, third baseman, and they almost collide, but that will be 2 away on the foul pop up to the catcher. And that's bringing up Mr. Austin. Ding, 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 ding. And Austin looks at the ball one way outside there. And that's 1-0. Austin 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to right field back in the first inning. Was able to move Kim Hyun Soo over, but looks at ball 2 there, way outside again. And it's 2-0 now. 0 for his last 4 games. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Pops it up. Second baseman out on the grass, back into the dirts, and that's 3 away. 1, 2, 3 goes LG. We'll go to the 4th inning. It's tied it to singles. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. I don't know any other words to the song. Forecast for Daejeon. Rain. Still raining outside. Tomorrow, supposed to be okay down in Busan, so looks like they'll get that game. So tomorrow I'll be doing Samsung versus Lotte. Hey, hey, hey. Dun, 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 dun. 48 pitches now. For old Guaca Bean. Doosan will have their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up in the top of the fourth inning. See if they miss another first pitch here in this inning. Ninja blessed. I'm ready. I'm back early this time because I'm waiting for them to mess up. Oh, just barely in time as Hernandez throws that for a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. Well, Kim Dong-jun swings and misses at that one. That was an ugly looking swing. Looked like he was playing Fruit Ninja trying to chop watermelons with it. 0-2 now, 1-1 on the day for Kim Dong-jun as he had the RBI single back in the first inning. Then caught stealing as that's another swing and a miss on a pitch up at his shoulders. And that's the third strikeout of the day for Hernandez. We've got to 1 away. Yang Yiji steps in now. 0 for 1 on the day with his strikeouts. And misses outside. 1-0. Yang Yiji 0 for 1. Looks at strike one in there. A beautiful pitch there. Yang Yiji. And he pops him up. Catcher throws off the mask under it, but just out of play. And 1-2. Yang Yiji. How old is Yang Yiji? Is he 40 yet? No, 38. And the 1-2 is fouled away again. 152 on that one, and it stays 1-2. Yang Ji average at 303 on the season now. And that's in the dirt on the outside, and it's 2-2. Hernandez hasn't walked anybody yet. Again, I say that's that way just because he often walks at least a couple a game. And the 2-2 is way outside and runs the count full. 3-2, second full count of the day for Doosan. They grounded back to the pitcher in the first one. That was to end the third by Jung-Soo Ben just last inning. So here we go, the 3-2 pitch. And that misses up high. Just like I said, it's surprising that he hasn't walked anybody because he walks Yang Yi there. That's going to bring up Kim Jae-won. Yang Yi-ji. Yang Yi-ji. Still love the Little League Summer League pants by Yang Yi-ji with the elastic on the ankles. Is that is in there for strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. Kim Jae-won has struck out in his first at bat, strike him out, throw him out to double play to end the first inning. 251 now on the season for the left fielders. That's a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2. Kim Jae-won had aspirations of the MLB at one point. He was a free agent, was able to go, but didn't get any interest. And here comes the 0-2. That is ripped. That'll be into a right field. Yang Yi will head to seconds, and they've got runners on first and seconds with one away. Brings up Cave. Goes down and gets that slider right where lefties love it. Just on top of it. Otherwise, it would be 3-1. All right, Cave popped up, but that's going to get way away. That if there was anybody else on seconds, and or trying to see, I'm trying to wait to see if that got into the netting back behind home plate or not, because Yang Yi was pointing at it as it hit the ground and hits the catcher's shin guard, the knee right at the knee of the shin guard, and gets way away quickly. We've got runners on the corner now, or second and third now, with one away. As that Pave as the 1-0 counts, as that fouls that into his ankle, and it's 1-1. Throws the change up in the dirt, but the catcher ends up kicking it away with his knee pad or shin guard, knee guard. I don't know what you want to call it. Obviously, they're called shin guards, but anyway, here we go. The 1-1 for Cave. Only 237 on the season with runners in scoring position, and he's not swinging at that, as that was over everybody's head. And it's a 2-1 now. Yang Yi of the old school variety. No sliding mitts, no sliding gloves, nothing. Yes, here comes the 2-1 pitch. And that is lifted into the gap. That is going to score at least one as it one hops into the fence. As Yang Yi comes home, Kim Jae-won will be rounded home, and that's will be a 2 RBI double for Cave. And just like that, Doosan takes the lead back. Just hung a changeup right in the middle, and he drove it into the gap the other way. Cave's wife and kids, I'm going to guess, will be my educated guess there. All right, here we go. That brings up EU Chan. EU Chan lined out to right field in his first at bats, and that is in the dirt, 1-0. Hernandez pitch count is a climbing, already 18 pitches in this inning. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. That is fouled away, 1-1. Yu Chan, 294 on the season with runners in scoring position, just 5 hits, and he hasn't played too much on the season. And on the 1-1 misses on the inside, and it's 2-1. Kiwi's jealous. They're getting to sing and dance at a baseball game. He's stuck in his house. That is a fouled away, 2-2. Into bottle number 2 of the old water for the day, and the 2-2 is going to be a ground ball. Austin scoops it up, steps on the bag. That will move him over to third base, though. And now you've got another run just 90 feet away. That's going to bring up Oh Myung Jin, the second baseman. Alrighty, here we go. Just catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Cave with the big sliding mitts on his left hand in case he's got to come home. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And a fouled away, 0-2. He wanted that one back. Home Young Jin fouled or popped up in foul territory to the left fielder in his first at bat, 0 for 1 on the day. Hitting 296 this month, having a fine season after a pretty slow start. As did he hold up? I think he did. Nope, he did not, and that will be 3 away on the strikeout above his head. That's 4 strikeout for Hernandez, but he gives up 2 runs on a walk, a single, and a double. And we will go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-1 Doosan. Doosan getting their stuff done with runners in scoring position. Now 2 for 4 on the day with runners in scoring position. That is the first runner that they've left on base. Courtesy of steals, of course. Still no score anywhere else in the league, though. 25 pitches in that inning for Hernandez. No. Actually, in the Kia SSG game, there are no hits. Never mind. They just got a hit. What's up, Mary Kate? In the NC and KT game, there are 4 hits. So between the other 2 games combined, there are 5 hits. This game's got 4 runs. All right, so Moonbo Young leads things off for LG here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Apparently there was a strike. Congratulations, NBC. Half of the times that you have brought us back to the game have not been on time, as that is in there for a strike, and now it's 0-2. Yang Yiji doing a very strange setup back behind the plate. He's almost sitting behind the batter and sticking his glove back out as he fouls that into himself. Oh, imagine you have your batter here, and then Yang Yiji is almost behind him, but just sticking his glove out in the middle of the plate. And here comes the 0-2 pitch and rolled over, but it's foul, and it stays 0-2. Moongo Young 0 for 0 on the day. He walked in his first at bats. Back in the first inning. And the 0-2 is popped up, but it'll get out play again, and that's another pitch here. Five pitches, but it's an 0-2 count. Here we go, the 0-2. That is going to be a single right back up the middle, and they have got a base runner on. LG wanting to take the lead or at least cut it down as Moonboke Young on base for the second time today with a leadoff single on an 0-2 count. Moon Sung Joon now apparently looked at a ball there as once again NBC is not able to get us back to the actual game. Instead, they're playing replays and highlights. Well, the 1-0 pitch now sets up right down the middle for Moon Sung Ju as that is in there, and it's 1-1. As Kiwi likes to say, Moon Sung Ju, the best posture in the game. Best posture in the game, ladies and gentlemen. And he drops that. It's going to fall in front of the center fielder, and he's on base for the second time, too. You've got two straight singles now, and you've got runners on first and seconds with nobody out. Must have gone to a Catholic school. All right, very important situation, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Mr. Big Pain? You got you're down two. You're down two. You got Pak Dong Wan, your DH up. Runners on first and second, nobody outs. Will he do it? Will the worst manager in the KBO do it, ladies and gentlemen? Will he call for the bunt with a runner on first and second, nobody outs, and their DH up? I don't know. This is their DH. Yeah, you got to take LG, even though they're down 3-1 here. And a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. All righty, here we go. The 0-1 is lifted into right field. That is trouble. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is goodbye baseball. There goes that lead. I hope you got it down I hope you got it in time. Like I said, I'd take LG even though they're down. Should have bunted. All right, so there we go. Gubon Hyuk now steps in and he fouls that one away, and it's 0-1. And yeah, lifts that one up. That's going to be trouble. Cave running up, but makes the catch as he gets into foul territory, and that's one away. That was off the handle, too. All right, here we go. Yi Ju-han looks at just strike one on the inside, and it's 0-1. 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to the third or shortstop in his first at bats, and that's a beautiful pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Yeah, it's guaranteed that we see a bunt now if somebody gets to first. Well, not now because there's an out. There's your Hello Kitty uniforms, Kiwi. And the 0-2 is thrown to the backstop, and it's 1-2. Gotta love its runner on or right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Oh, 0-2 counts. Sets up on the outside and a swing and a miss there. And that's his first strikeout of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And 2 away now. And here we go. That is slapped to the left and just foul, though. And it's 0-1. Yeah, LG wins. They tie it up in the top of the standings. And you got you know, the Step Brothers is that is a foul again on the check swing, and it's 0-2. I have no idea what you just said, Kiwi. It's like you were trying to type in Korean, so you were hitting all the Korean spaces for letters, but you were still in English. As that is a fouled away, and it's now 0-2 still. I I got older kids now, Kiwi. As that is outside, and 1-2. Bombardillo, Crocodilo, LG Twins. What? As that is in the dirt, and it's 2-2. 70 pitches now as he's thrown 22 pitches so far this inning. And the 2-2 pitch, he sticks the bat out. That's going to be trouble, but this second baseman into the grass, and that's 3 away. But LG gets 3 on the 3-run shot by the old big tuna to take the lead. And it is a 4-3 LG. Italian brain rot, man. Bombardillo, Crocodilo. I really have no idea what you're saying. I don't know. The kids in my class, all they do is chicken banana, chicken banana, 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 chicken banana. Ballerina cappuccino. Oh man, I like I had no idea what it was until last night. Yeah, last night something like somebody was like filming a video of them buying stuff at the store, and it was like a chicken and then a banana and then a chicken and the banana. Like they're not mature enough to understand that there's a time and a place for that. Like you don't actually answer a question with that. Your teacher asks you a question and you answer that. No. Yeah, as, the first pitch is outside and ball one. So 8-9-1 coming up for Doosan now, as that's a 2-0. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. I would have to read it. as that is in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 3-1. Tung 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 Shahur versus Tralalero Tralala. All righty, the 3-1 way up high, and he walks another one. That's his a leadoff walk, the thing you never want to do with the bottom of the order. Warming up in the old bullpen. And that looked like Sonju Young. As that misses inside again. Junsoon Park. I'll tell you in just a second. Yep, he's a rookie. Number 6 overall pick last year. And slides in over there. All right, Kim Min Suk again came over, and that's a big trade that definitely benefited Lotte, as that bunt is popped way up, closer to the outfield wall than getting down. Super supportive towards rookies for, you know, for some reason. No, they're super supportive to anybody who's on their team, even if they suck, even if they're awful, even if they just make awful decisions. They still are like, oh no, 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 as that's going to be another single through the right side. And just like last inning, a walk and a single has put runners on first and seconds. They've got it again this inning, as the bottom of the order is starting to put some pressure on them. They're not supportive of Kim In Wan because he never had that big hit. Like, they're super supportive of Jin Young because he had that one grand slam that meant absolutely nothing. They're super supportive of Kim Min-woo because he had a random season where he had 10 wins, and that will be it for Hernandez. We will have our first pitching change of the day. That's did not last long, as I don't know how much longer Hernandez is going to last either. I was very surprised that they kept him. I'm very, very surprised that they re-signed him. Oh yeah, they'll give him 2 years. 안녕하세요. Except, yeah, and Osung and Osung Wan. Don't forget him. All right, Lee Jung Yong out on the mound now. He just got back out of military duty, correct? I believe. All right, Lee Jung Young. All right, Lee Jung Young, one game, one inning, one hold. He just got back from his military duty. And that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Like I said, Oh Seung-wan did a lot for Samsung, but he should have retired 2 years ago. All righty, here we go. The 0-1 pitch sets up on the outside and misses way outside, and it's 1-1. Jung Soo Bin and not bunting here with a runner up. There we go. Drops down the bunts, and they say go to first. They do, and there, Kiwi. There's your bunt. That moves the runners up as they are playing like this run is the game winner. Apparently, must have different rules, I guess. The buntist. Yeah, but it's an awful time to bunt. Yeah, it's great for one run, but you have your leadoff batter. Why? I just I will never understand it. No, sack bunt is not smart. It is not smart. Anyone that says it's smart does not know baseball. It doesn't. This is the only league in the world where people are like, "Oh, that was great. Sack bunt is great." It's not. It's awful. No, I understand baseball. It doesn't matter who it is. It's an awful. It's a stupid play. There's nothing that can be said that makes it any different. It's an absolutely awful play. That's why KBO managers are awful. That's why the KBO and Korea cannot compete internationally. They just don't understand baseball anymore. As that is going to be a ground ball, it's going to score one. And now it's tied up. Congratulations, Doosan. You just won the game because you bunted. That puts a runner on third base now with a 2 away. Yeah, I could understand Japan being very, very similar. And that brings up Yang Yiji, who fouls that one away, and it's 0-1. All right, so we've got our 4-4 game here. He was awful. He was awful. As that is fouled away. This is what I said in my preseason prediction. All right. Yeah. As that is fouled up and or no popped up and right fielder Moon Sung Ju is under it, and that's will be 3 away. Congratulations, Doosan. You won the game. You got your one run. But there's still 5 innings left. Dang it. Doosan, nobody told you that in the KBO we play we play 9 innings. Oh man, that's too bad, Doosan. Maybe that's why you guys suck so bad. It's KBO, and the KBO is 2 decades behind the rest of the world in baseball. They literally, yes, runner on first and seconds, nobody out. Bunting raises your chance of scoring 1 run. It raises your chance of scoring 1 run, but it lowers your chance of scoring more than one. The only time that bunting with runners on first and second and nobody out is beneficial and is good is the bottom of the eighth or the bottom of the ninth when it is a tie game. That is the only time in the entire game of baseball that bunting with a runner on first and second and nobody out is ever beneficial. It's statistics, it's the way it is. Welcome back, Scantizzy. Yeah, I mean, I like watching the KBO because it's baseball. But for these managers and these players, like the players are just doing what they're told. But the issue is it will never, ever, ever change. And the reason why it will never, ever, ever change is because the fans, their excuse for bad managers is, oh, it's the KBO style. It doesn't matter if it's the KBO style, as that is in there for a strike, and now it's 0-1. I guess the KBO style is to try to lose games. Maybe that's why I just don't understand the KBO as much. As that is a liner caught by Kim Jae-won as he falls down, and Shinmin Jae is retired for the third time today. Yeah, I mean, the bunt worked. They got 1 run. That's exactly what statistically it says it will do. It statistically says the bunt will get 1 run. And that is outside. I don't want to know. I think outside I couldn't see. I was looking at something else. Is that almost, did it hit him? It almost hit him, but Kim Hyun Soo misses it. And it's 2-0 now. Here comes the 2-0, sets up right down the middle and misses his spot badly, but it's in there for a strike on the inside. No, I think the managers are old, egotistical, and are idiots in today's game. That is exactly what it is. It has nothing to do with not trusting the players. And the fact that a manager doesn't trust his players is a reflection on the manager, and that is the problem. 3-1 is a swing and a miss, runs the count full, second full count of the day for LG. And they walked in the first one, Moonbo Kyung back in the first inning. And the 3-2 misses outside there. And just like that, another walk on a full count as Kim Hyun Soo is now on base for the second time today. That brings up Austin, who is 0 for the week. Austin looking for his first hit of the week. 0 for 2 on the day, flew out to right in his first at bat. It was a good out, though. Yes, Juke, that's exactly what it is. As that is going to be a liner, but Jung Soo Bin makes the running and diving catch, gets back up to his feet, and that's will be 2 away. As Austin Dean's troubles this week continue, as Jung Soo Bin catches its running, does a little barrel roll, gets back up and fires it into second base. Jung Soo Bi. All right, that's missed and it's no, I don't think so. Since you're typing it in English as the 1-1. All righty, here we go. The 1-1 pitch, and that is going to be a single over the second baseman. And Kim Hyun Soo is showing the wheels again, ladies and gentlemen. Going first to third on a single. Kim Hyun Soo has sold his piano and is absolutely running wild on the old Doosan Bears. I guess until tomorrow when I block it. Just like I'm sure you could type English swear words in Konglish. Yeah, that's the thing. Is there's no way I could block everything. All right, so Moon Sung Ju is stepping in. And we had a pitching change or no? Yeah. All right. See? All righty, Moon Sung Ju steps in. He's 2 for 2 on the day and looks at strike one on the outside. All right, here we go. The 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball. Slow roller to the shortstop, tosses it to seconds, and that will be 3 away. We will take a little bit of a break. I'll be back in just a few, ladies and gentlemen. See you then. quarterback, Sonju Young, out on the mound. First pitch he throws is shot to left field, and Kim Jae Won on base. And now he'll come off. And we'll have a pinch runner. And Joe Hang steps in on to the base pass now. I don't know, Kiwi. What is what's the burger of the month in Burger Kingville? You could always go for the or the beer and taco. And steps over at back over at first. Joe Hang, plenty of speed over at first. He will be running. Yeah, it's always their burgers are so good too. Yeah, this is, misses up high there, and it's 1-0. All right, Cave, a 2 RBI double in his last at bats. No, you have to have a pinch runner. It's the rules. A swing and a miss there, 1-1. Maybe some joke ball. Bosam and joke ball. That's always my fave. Firefighter burger. All righty, here we go. The 1-1 is grounded to the second baseman, grabs it, spins around, throws to first, and that's one away as he moves them over. And there's one away. That brings up EU Chan. Yeah, Bosa. And then you get into extra innings because it's a 4-4 game. And you got the bottom of your order coming up. As that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. EU Chan 0 for 2 on the day. He lined out to right field in his first at bat and then grounded out to the first baseman in his second at bats. Here comes the 0-1 pitch up high, and it's 1. So, does anybody else notice that now in the 6th inning, now they have the K zone on the screen? Steve, I guess the stats guy or the guy just got to the game, as that is fouled straight back, and it's 1-2. Thank you, Todd Eddie. Thank you. You understand my complaints about the KBO. They're playing for 1 point in the 6th inning. And the 1-2 up high, and it's now 2-2. You're playing for 1 point. If it was the 8th inning, okay, because you need him to go in and play defense anyway. But again, putting him at he's on first. If he was on second base, that would be a better choice. As the 2-2 is going to be lifted into center field, and that is going to drop down. Josu Hang is going to round third, but hold up. And they'll have runners on the corners now. Young Jin steps in now. Another single there. I probably would have sent him as Pake Mean does not have the best arm in the league. Yeah, I would have definitely sent him there. Josu Hang did not get a good read on that. And now that misses outside. 1-0. Oh Myung Jin 0 for 2 on the day. Popped up to Kim Hyun Soo in foul territory back in the second inning and struck out to end the fourth inning. We'll see if we get a little league double steal here. Exactly. That's a good third base coach. But their third base coach is now, I believe, their bench coach after Lee Sung Yup decided that he was no longer a good manager. I still think LG. And ooh, almost got him at first. Imagine getting picked off here. Because it's the KBO. Alrighty, here we go. The 2-0 pitch. And it's a foul away, 2-1.
이렇게 있으니까 이게 아마 왼손 타자라서 그라운드 좀 생각은 합니다. 그러니까 오스틴 다른 일루수와 다르게 한 발 앞에 있는 경우가 더 많더라고요. 본인도 오스틴 수비 잘하잖아요. 그렇죠. 그러니까 그걸 알고 있는 거죠.
What's taking so long? Oh, guessing that he broke his bat or something? Yeah. All righty, here we go. The 2-1 pitch, maybe. All right, here we go. He's got I think he had to go chop the tree and make the bat himself. It's been taking so long. There is a rule in the KBO that every time you go to bat, you're supposed to have 3 bats backed up and ready for each at bat. All righty, here we go. The 2-1 pitch now. Sets up right down the middle, throws over, picks him off. Wow. Fundamentals, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. Picks him off at first, throws to shorts, but nobody goes back to behind Austin, and then he gets back to first. Wow. What is he doing? Wow. Swing and a miss there as the pitcher decides to throw his hardest pitch of the season at 150. And it's now 2-2. Wow, that was awful. Wow, picks him off. And you don't get the outs. He is still back at first base, though, as not going to get picked off this time. Imagine that. Good Lord. Fundamentals is still not landed in Korea. They must be waiting on their visa. He goes, and that's going to be a ground ball. Diving stop by the shortstop, and is not able to come up with it. That'll go down as an infield hit. So a run is going to score. And now they've got runners on a first and a seconds. As that defense from LG once again comes into play. Wow. KBO doing KBO stuff, ladies and gentlemen. A great stop by Gubonyak, but when he tries to get back to his feet, it falls out of his glove and he is not able to make a play at all. Well, that will be an RBI single, a run scored by Josu Hang. Wow. And that'll be it for Sonju Young. We'll have another pitching change. Well, it's your fault, LG manager. You're the worst manager in the league for a reason. Wow. That is awful. Kim Jin Sung will come into pitch for LG. We'll also have a pinch hitter here for Park Jun Soo. Very important. He walked in his last at bat, so you pinch hit him here. Kim Jong Sung will pinch hits.
깔끔하게 클로버 보다 맛있다니까. 너네시 TV.
저렇게 알록달록하게 사는 사람은 아파트에 안 살 것 같아?
에피트에 살 것 같아.
That is what happens when you don't learn fundamentals, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Kim Jin Sung will step in now. 40 or step on the mound. 40 games on the season for the right-hander. Still have runners at first and second with just 1 out. Is who did I change? Oh, Kim Jong Sung 263 on the season. Pinch hitting here. Why is this not working? Liu Chan steals himself a bag. Nothing is working here. I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully, you guys can actually hear me. Hope you guys can hear me. I have some issues somewhere because nothing is updating. All right, so runners over on first and third now is gonna steal, and Kim Jin Sung and another stolen base. Now you've got runners on the second and third. There's no more double play in order. As something is, I'm having some issues here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure what they are, but it is not good. As ground ball to Moon Young, and not in time, and another run is going to score on another error by the LG infield. They won't call it an error, but it was. Ground ball right at the third baseman. He bobbles it into the foul territory, throws and not in time because their manager sucks and they don't play fundamental defense. That's the only way really to explain it, as that is fouled into the mask of the catcher, and it's now 6-4. Wow. All because they couldn't pick the guy off at first, and the 0-1 is swing and a miss there, and now it's 0-2. And he steps off the mound and will rethink about why he's still playing. So that is a ripped foul, and for some reason my lineups are not working. And now that is a fouled away. Stays 0-2. Sorry guys, I changed the guy that's on first base. I've changed his name in my program, but it's not showing up for some reason. There we go. And that's going to be rolled over. Second baseman tosses the shortstop, throws the first. In time. I'm sure they're going to replay this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure they're going to replay this. There's definitely 2 outs. Runner on third, maybe. I thought he was safe too. So Young Jen is definitely over to third base there, and there is definitely nobody on seconds, whether or not he is there. I think so. I think he's safe. Yeah, he's safe. Bag, glove. Yep.
되는 순간이 그렇게 되면서 끝나지 않았는데 부산의 공격 타자 정수빈까지 연결이 됩니다.
All right, 2 outs now. Top of the lineup, up again. Jung Soo Bin doubled and scored a run in his first at bat. A ground out to the pitcher in the second at bat, and a bunt, a sacrifice bunt in his last at bat, just last inning. As that is up high and ball 1-0. Fundamentals is nowhere near, nowhere near, nowhere near. Alrighty, here we go. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Jung Soo Ben hitting 360 in his career against Kim Jin Sung. And almost picks him off again. Big defensive errors for Hama or for LG. Again, they gave him an infield hit on that. It's not an infield hit. Nowhere in any league in the world is that an infield hit. And you hit a ground ball right to the third baseman who tries to field it, bobbles it, knocks it into foul territory, tries to pick it up to throw it, drops it again, and you give him an infield hit. As that pitch just catches the top of the zone and it's 1-2. I'm still trying to figure out why they suddenly have the K zone, though. Again, the first 5 innings, there was no K zone on the screen. And now, in the 6th inning, starting in the 6th, there's suddenly a K zone. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up way outside, but misses his spot by about 1.5 feet, and it's fouled away. I still wouldn't count out LG. Doosan's bullpen is not good. As they almost pick him off again. And what is going? Show us the play. What is this? NBC, come on. Throw the pick off, and they're just showing the pitcher and the home plate umpire. What is this? Good Lord, NBC. I don't have Twitch. You can't use Twitch in Korea, so I don't use it. Apparently, yeah. Okay, he's out. Congratulations, NBC. You have taken over as the worst broadcast and knocked Spo TV down to their side. Oh, there we go. We finally get a pick. And yeah, he was definitely out. Wow, what an awful just an overall KBO inning. What an overall KBO inning. Good Lord. As a baseball fan, that is awful to watch that mess. Runners on first and third and what do? You pick the guy off, but your pitcher doesn't play fundamentals. And also, Austin Dean threw the ball way too quick to the shortstop or the second base, whoever it was. And so you don't end up picking him off for the second out. Then you get a ground ball to the third baseman who bobbles it. Then you finally do pick him off, but nobody can see it because the KBO broadcast, NBC, is just has the cameras pointed right on home plates while there's a pickoff over at first. Unbelievable. Just that was only the top half of the 6th, ladies and gentlemen, and not even to talk about the fact that suddenly out of nowhere, the K zone finally shows up on the screen. First 5 innings, no K zone. There was like 3 pitches that had the K zone. And then suddenly in the 6th inning, now suddenly you have the K zone. Unbelievable. Kim Min Suk is now done for the day as Guak Bin is still out there. Strike 1 at the bottom of the zone to Pak Dong Hwan. So Kong Sung Ho takes over at first as that is in there for a strike, and it's now 1-2. They're like, nope, you just got picked off. You're done. as he rolls over that, but fouls it away, and it's now 0-2 still. So Kong Sung Ho takes over at first base. Im Jong Sung stays at third, and then Jo Soo Heng stays in left field. As that is fouled, but not able to hold on to it, and it's another 0-2 counts coming up. Yeah. All right, it's Pak Dong Won, a 1 for 2 on the day. The big 3-run shot in his last at bats flew out to center in his second or his first at bats, and the 0-2 is fouled into the future children of Yang E.G. Always got catcher on catcher crime, ladies and gentlemen. Catcher hitting the ball into the dirt and into the family of Yang E.G., the other catcher. I guess I can do some calculations, man.
그림에서 못 보는 사람이 누가 있겠어요? 모두 다 알겠어요. 하나인데요. 그래서 이제 오스틴이 지금 견제 아웃을 잡아냈어요. 아웃 판정이라는데 마지막에 한번 나왔는데 그 부분에 대해서 비디오 판독을 하지 않고 너무 중의를 주는 것 같아요. 죄송한데.
And there we go. A check swing. Did he go? He did not. And it's now 1-2. It took us a while to get back after they had to attend to. Man, it is ridiculous, Abu. Alrighty, the 1-2. And he rolls over it and fouls that one. And now 92 pitches for Guak Bean. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's his second strikeout of the day for Guak Bean. No, that is a 1 away. Kubon Hyuk steps in. And that's it. Misses upstairs. 1-0. And the 1-1 pitch, just swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt, and it's now 1-2. Guak Bin did throw 94 pitches in his last game, 7 points at 2 innings against Kyung. And that misses low, 2-2. 97 pitches now. And this is only his 4th game of the season. And runs that counts full now. 3rd full count of the day for LG. And the 3-2 is lifted into right field. Jake Cave under it, and that's 2 away.
많이 넣었던 제이콥이라든가 최승용 선수들이 것 같아요. 그렇죠.
And that is in there for a strike. And that is pitch number 100, ladies and gentlemen, to Lee Ju Hun. 0 for 2 on the day, a 6-3 ground out and a strikeout, and that's outside. 1-1. Man, this that is lifted into the air. Left fielder Joe Suhang under it, and that's 3 away. 102 pitches for Guac Bean. Now we'll go to the 7th inning. It's Doosan 6, LG 4. Being not a great start, but he's in line for the win. Doosan will have the top of their lineup coming up.
전기차 한 점을 묶어보세요.
Elsewhere around the old league, he is up 4-2 against SSG. Looks like Yang Young Jong has given up 4 hits, but the 2 of them have been solo shots. NC's up 3-0 against KT. Wow, that's rough. You give up 4 hits and 3 runs. As Mok Ji-hoon is about to get his finish his 6th inning with out giving up a run to KT. KT about to drop their 4th straight loss as NC is attempting to make their way back into the lineup or into the say playoff picture. E.G. Gong will be out on the mound for LG now. "22 games on 1-1 on the season, 28 and 2/3 innings, 4 holds, 264 batting average against 15 walks and 25 strikeouts." And Jung Soo Ben, first pitch. Where does it say 8th inning? Jung Soo Bin, 1 for 2 on the day. RBI or double and run scored to lead off the game as that misses up high, 1-1. And then grounded back to Hernandez back in the 3rd inning, and then in the 5th inning, he sacrificed bunts before he was up to bat last inning, but with the pickoff, he's back up again as that's fouled away, and it's 1-2. Yeah, fouls that one again, and it stays 1-2. Jung Soo Bin, one of the most recognizable Now that is a strikeout at the bottom of the zone. A strikeout looking, ladies and gentlemen. First strikeout looking we've had all day. And there's 1 away now in the top of the 7th here. That was a ball on the inside. I thought they were still showing replays, but it's inside. We want to know now to Kim Dong-jun. As that catches the bottom of the zone. Now 1-1. Kim Dong-jun, 1 for 3 on the day. RBI single in his first inning, but then was caught stealing a strikeout and a ground ball to the second baseman. That's going to be a slow roller. Shortstop over on second base side makes the play, and it's now 2 away. Young EG steps in 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out in his first at bats, and then a walk followed by a fly out to right. In there for a strike at the top of the zone, 0-1. Yang Yichi's average dropping. Is it down below 300 now? Is the real question. And the 0-1 is grounded to foul. Ball boy will come around from behind the tarp, make a play, and we will have an 0-2 counts coming up. Yang Ji. And the 0-2 pitch. That is going to be a liner left field. Kim Yun Soo makes the catch as he slides at the last minute, and that's 3 away. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. 6-4 Doosan. As we will get into that vaunted Doosan bullpen, ladies and gentlemen. The Doosan bullpen.
AI가 뭐야? 이름은 누이 아니면 이 아니면 그렇죠. 필요할 때, 마법의 스피드가 필요할 때, 엑사 약으로 싸 빠르게 급수다. 대한민국 맵 1위 마법의 스피드 유한약을 그냥 이거 야구 본 다음에
진짜. All right, who's coming in for Doosan? Lee Byung-hun will come in to pitch now.
선수가 좋은 수비를 했는데 결국은 양희 선수가 눈을 맞추지는 않았어요. 확실히 안타성사 타구를 김현 선수가 다이빙 캐치하고 잡아냈고요.
All right, can this Doosan bullpen hold off? The LG offense. The 9-1-2 coming up for LG here in the bottom of the 7th. Park Min, 1 for 2 on the day. As that one is diving back into the ground as it almost takes his head off, and it's 1-0. Lee Byung-hun, a 6.35 ERA on the season, 9 games, 5 2/3 innings, 1 hold, a 286 batting average against 4 strikeouts and 4 walks. And misses up high, and now it's at, oops, wrong side, at 2-0. Here we go, the 2-0 counts to Park Min. And he throws it right down the middle as Park Min was stepping out. He wasn't even going to attempt to swing at that. And here we go. 2-1 pitch to Park Ming. A swing and tips it into the glove, and it's 2-2. Lee Byung-hun attempting to make his statement known for the all goggle team in the old Rec Spec League. Here comes the 2-2 and runs in, runs the count full, 3-2. Fourth full count of the day for LG. They walked in their first two and a fly out to right in their seconds. And, house divided there is Twins and Doosan Bears sitting next to each other. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as he checks his swing, but fouls it back as it was easily ball 4. And 3-2 sets up on the outside. Fouls it away. Another 3-2 pitch. 7 pitches now. Both teams have plenty of bullpen arms, not quality arms, but plenty of bullpen arms, as there was no game yesterday. And the 3-2 pitch, and beautiful pitch in there, drops in at the top of the zone, and that's one away on the K. Shin-Min Jae steps in. He's over 3 on the day. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Apparently there was a strike somewhere. We didn't see it because, again, NBC's broadcast doesn't actually care about the real game. So we've got an 0-2 count now to Shin-Min Jae. And 5-3 ground out, 6-3 ground out, and a liner to left field. Slaps at that, but fouls it away, and it stays 0-2. Once again, another 0-2 pitch. And slaps at that, and that's going to drop down in front of the left fielder, and he is on base for the first time today with a 1-out single. That brings up Kim Hyun-soo. And this LG team can score plenty of runs. That's why bunting in the 6th is stupid. Kim Hyun-soo looks at ball 1, just misses low there, and it's now 1-0. Kim Hyun-soo, double and a run scored in his first at bats. Popped up to Yang Hee-ji in foul territory in his second. Walked in his third at bats, and that's misses again at 2-0. He's now got 5 Ks on the season to 4 walks. Probably trying to even it up with another walk here. And checks over on Shin-Min Jae, who easily slides in. And LG, one of the worst base running teams in the league. And the 2-0 catches the top of the zone, 2-1. Far as base running. As that's rolled over, second baseman bobbles it, and is only going to be able to get one out at second. Bobbles it twice and is not able to get the double play. As the Shinmin J will be forced out at first, but Kim Hyun Soo is still at first. The tailor-made double play ball, second baseman right at him, watches it come into his glove, hits off the heel of his glove, bobbles it, tries to pick it up, and then misses again, and is barely able to get the toss to get the lead runner. But we'll have a pitching change to bring in our righty to face Austin. So just a few, ladies and gentlemen. Let you know as soon as they tell me who it is. Che Ji Gong will come in now. Che Ji Gong out on the mound now. Runner on first is Kim Hyun Soo, and Austin Dean steps up. Austin Dean still hitless on the week, ladies and gentlemen. He lined out to center field in his last at-bats. He's actually 0 for his last at least 5 games. I guess the 14th he didn't actually play.
스릭슨 GXA가 만든 극강의 샷 컨트롤 아이언 다음에 아이언 스릭슨 CXI.
All right. 5.73 ERA on the season, 26 games, 22 innings, 29 strikeouts to 7 walks for the right-hander. First pitch is low, ball 1-0. And almost hits him. 2-0. Che Ji Gong and Austin Dean at 600 on his career as that just misses inside, and now it's 3-0. Moonbo Young on deck. Austin, the tying run right now. The 3-0 is that walks him on 4 pitches. And Austin will at least get on base today. That brings up a Moonbo Young. Moonbo Young on base all 3 times today with a walk, 2 singles. Moonbo Young, first pitch is rolled over, but it goes foul, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 is grounded to the shortstop, grabs it, almost throws it over the second baseman, but second baseman reaches up, makes the play, and we will go to the eighth inning. It's 6-4. Doosan. Leave another 2 runners on. They've left 6 on so far.
genetic, IM object, 캘시움 하이브리드, 고유하지만 다이나믹한 퍼포먼스, 손전업의 전기차처럼 액티언 하이브리드, 사전 계약 실시.
이거 AI 광고야. 광고야. 아, AI 광고야. AI. 이름은
All right, so we'll have the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up for Doosan. Kim Young-woo will step on to the mound for the old LG Twins. Best number in baseball, ladies and gentlemen. Best number in baseball. Nice look at the disgusting soul skyline. Nice smog nastiness up in the air. I don't know why they brag about that skyline. All right, so Joe Hang getting his first at bat of the day. Scored in his after he pinch ran for Kim Jae-won. 2.48 ERA on the season, 33 games, 29 innings for the right-hander. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Joe Hang is always a threat to drop a bunt down. Yeah, in the 0-1, he drops the bunts, and that will go foul, though, and it's 0-2, and then the bunt is useless now. All right, here we go. An 0-2 counts. Step checking his the pitch count. Comes the sets. Joe Hang waggles the bat to the back and forth, sets up and away, and that is just way up. And 1-2. He's nowhere even close to a strike zone on that 0-2 pitch. The 1-2 pitch now. Joe Hang. And that is in the dirts. And now it's 2-2. Against righties, Joe Hang hitting 178 on the season. Against lefties, a 286, which is why they bring in the righty here. KBO on deck is another lefty. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman, picks it up, throws, and that's on away.
그다음에 없으니까 지금 포기하는 모습이었어요.
That's not an infield hit. Quit calling it an infield hit. And now that is upstairs. Ball one. Alongside 1-0 to Cave. Cave, 2 RBI double back in the fourth inning. A pop up to the shortstop in the second. And in the sixth, a 4-3 groundouts. And the 1-0 pitch way up high again at 2-0. LG's manager looking on has to be wondering to himself, what's going to happen when they realize that I am the worst manager in the league now and I don't actually know what I'm doing. And here comes the 2-0 pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Just on the outside corner. Two one is ground ball to the shortstop right at him, throws across, and that's 2 away. Ring up a number 6. And up it in there, and it's 1-0. Up now is EU Chan. EU Chan single stole a base and scored a run in his last at bat. A liner to right in his first, and a ground ball to Austin Dean over at first in his second. 1 for 3 as he fouls that away, and it's 1-1. Doosan does have a good closer in Kim Tae-yeon. Or Kim Tae-kyun. And here comes the 1-1. Runs way in. It's 2-1. For the 8th inning, they usually bring in Kim Ji-chun. No, Park Shi-guk, I believe, will probably come in the bottom of the 8th. And here comes the 2-1 pitch, is fouled away, 2-2. 13 pitches now for Kim Young-woo here in the top of the 8th. Doosan able to hold on to this. All the Hanwha fans will be singing and dancing in the rain outside in Daejeon. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. Sorry about that. I just realized that I've been broadcasting the actual game audio, but I don't think you guys could hear it. But anyway, there was a strikeout there. I had to mute it real quick because I just realized that the sound wasn't coming through my earphone, but it was actually coming through the TV. And I'm actually very worried about that actually. All right, so you got the top or the bottom of the 8th coming up now. They'll have the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for LG. And coming out is Lee Young-ha, not Park Shi-guk. No, Lee Young-ha coming out onto the mound for Doosan. Hopefully there's no issues with the. I'm actually very worried about that. Another beautiful shot of the smoggy soul. Lee Young Ha out on the mound now. Why did that not changed? 안녕하세요. 저는 그냥 KBO 팬이에요. All right, Moon Sung Ju steps in now. Moon Sung Ju, 2 for 3 on the day, an RBI single in his first at bat, an RBI or a single and a run scored in his second, as that is low, and it's 1-0. Young Ha, 3.86 ERA on the season, 36 games, 35 innings, 38 strikeouts, 20 walks. Yeah, and here comes the 1-0 pitch in the middle of the plate, and it's 1-1. Also grounded into a 6-4 ground out to end the fifth with runners on first and seconds. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. And it's lifted, but will get into the netting. And 1-2. I still don't know what that section is called. Because again, it used to be the Fila zone for Doosan games. Maybe the exciting zone, I don't know, is got a Kia fan, a Doosan fan, an LG fan, a Kia fan, a Hanwha fan, and I didn't get the rest of them. And as the 1-2 is up high, 2-2. A Samsung fan, another LG. What is in the background? Another Hanwha fan there. 내일 Samsung 대 롯데 경기 중계 방송해요. And the 2-2 is outside. And runs the count full, 3-2. Fifth full count of the day for LG. 2 walks, fly out, and a backwards K in the last one. Here we go. Sets up on the inside, right at the waist, and misses so bad that he didn't even think about swinging. And the tying run will come to the plate in Pak Dong-won. Elsewhere, Kia's up 5-2. NC has added a couple runs. They're up 5-0 now, and nah, something. All righty, here we go. And that is just misses inside, 1-0. Don Pla people will use P, just K. Pak Dong-won's daughter has no interest in watching her father play. Here comes the 1-0. That is crushed up into the air. Going. Foul. Do you have under 10? 네. 근데 웨이어 선수 98? Alrighty, the 1-1 pitch. And he lays off of it to 2-1. What number is Yoon Dong-hee? And he pops him up into rights and jumping, makes the jumping catch in the bullpen. And that's One away. Kong Sung Ho jumps right at the right time, reaches over into the bullpen, and one away. What a play by the first baseman. That is a fantastic play. He is a second baseman last year. They tried to put him at third this year. They're trying to do something to get him his offense back. As Song Chan-ee swings and misses there. As Gumon Hyuk is no longer up, we'll have a pinch hitter as he swings and misses at ball one. And here we go, the 0-1 pitch. Way outside, 1-1. Song Chan-ee, 3 for 9 as a pinch hitter. And the 1-1 pitch in the dirts, and it's now 2-1. I'm not entirely sure what's the reason behind this pinch hit. I really don't understand this. Is the 2-1 pitch is pops him up, and Yang Yi giving chase right at the nope, and it goes just foul. 2-2. Again, I don't know who's going to play shorts. You can't have Shin Min Jae play short. Song Chan-ee is not a good shortstop. And you've on the bench, you've got Lee Young Ben, who's not a good shortstop either. I'm not entirely sure what's the reasoning behind this. Obviously, they would love a home run here, but the guy hits 230 on the season. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside, and curveball catches him swinging hard. Big swing and no ding, and that's will be 2 away. Now coming up is Lee Ju-han, the catcher, 0 for 3. And he fouls that into his foot, and it's 0-1. All right, Lee Ju-han again, 0 for 3 on the day, a 6-3 ground out, a strikeout, and a fly out to left. Yeah, and here comes the 0-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside in the dirt, 1-1. Yang Yi will get himself a new baseball as the interim manager looks on. Why does that guy look so familiar? Cho Sung Won. Swing and a miss there, and it's now 1-2. I mean, I don't really know. As swing and a miss is that's in the dirt, so they will pick it up, throw to first, and that's 3 away. I don't really. I know most of the players' names, I guess, but for the most part, like I have my sheets like you can't see this stuff, but like this is all their names and everything's in Korean. I do everything in Korean because that's more natural to me, I guess. But I mean, for the most part, I know most of the players, like the regular players, but the thing is up until this year, I only did Hanwha games, and then this year, because I'm doing the whole KBO, I'm uh, when I'm going through and kind of like writing down names and stuff, I'm trying to like quickly memorize who's playing what position and stuff like that. So while I know them, I just definitely I don't have them memorized. And like if I saw a player, like if I saw a player on the streets, they would know me before I knew who they were. Just because I just don't know what any of them look like because I just don't care. All right, to top of the ninth inning coming up, they'll have the 9-1-2 for Doosan as they try to add some runs. No problem. Park Myung Gun will come in. Again, showing the old smoggy soul skyline. Oh, Park Myung Gun, 33 games, 3-3 on the season, 26 walks and 11 walks, 26 strikeouts. So Young Bin does take over at seconds, or sorry, at shorts. I don't understand that pinch hit situation. As that first pitch is going to be into center field, but he comes running in and 1 away. That flips the lineup back over. I really don't understand a lot of these substitutions. All right, so Jung Soo Bin steps in now. 1 for 4 on the day, 5-3 ground out, 6-3 ground outs. A liner to the left field as that's right back to the pitcher. Throws to first in the dirt, but Austin scoops it up, and that's 2 away. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Kim Dong Jun steps in. 1 for 3 on the day. RBI, or I am backwards here. I'm on the wrong. That is lifted into right field. I just realized that I had all of those batters wrong, as that is 3 pitches, 3 outs on the fly out to right. And that was a very quick inning. 3 pitches, 3 outs. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth as LG has 3 outs to get 2 runs. They'll have the 9-1-2 coming up to try to do it. Kim Tae-hyun will come in to pitch for Doosan, I imagine. Yes. Kim Tae-hyun, the reigning Rookie of the Year, ran away with the Rookie of the Year voting last year. I would not have faith in this ending in a 6-4 game. I would not have faith in this ending in a 6-4 game, sir. Nah, you could have a walk-off here. Walk-off, that's 6-7. All right. Kim Tae-kyun out on the mountain, 32 games, 1-1, 36 and 2/3 innings, 47 strikeouts, 15 walks, 185 a batting average against, 185. He will face the 9-1-2 hitters. Park Min 1 for 3 on the day. Single, but was caught stealing, and a check swing there. Fouls it away, and it's 0-1. Here we go. The 0-1 pitch. And he fouls away. Ball 1, 0-2. And the 0-2 is going to be a ground ball. Shortstop over to his left, grabs it, throws, and 1 away. Flips the lineup back over as Shinmin Jae steps in. The top of this lineup can put up runs very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. One runner on, Kim Hyun-soo, Austin, Moon Bo-kyung, and Park Dong-won all have a home run swing. Alrighty, here we go. Shinmin Jae, 1 for 4 on the day, and fouls the first pitch off, and it's 0-1. 5-3 ground out, 6-3 ground out, a liner to left, and then a single back in the 7th inning, but was thrown out at second on the ground out by Kim Hyun-soo. And the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. And 1-1 in there for a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. And the 1-2 is fouled away, 150 on the gun for Kim Tae-kyun. The bottom of the lineup is done the damage for Doosan. And that misses way up high, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 outside, runs the count full, 3-2. We got 3 walks on their 5 full counts. And here comes the 3-2 pitch in the dirt, and that walks him. And brings up the tying run, ladies and gentlemen, as Kim Hyun-soo will stroll to the plates. LG, again, the worst base running team in the league. They may try to steal here and put a useless run in scoring position. All righty, here we go. Kim Yun-soo looks at a first pitch, a strike on the outside. Kim Yun-soo 1 for 3 on the day, double and a run scored back in the first, a pop up to Yang Yi in foul territory in the third, a walk in the fifth, a 4-6 ground out in the seventh, and the 0-1 misses outside 1-1. Kim Yun-soo 0 for 2 in his career against Kim Tae-kyun. Kim Tae-kyun again. This is just his second season in the league. Last year, he was I believe the third pick in the draft in 2024. And the 1-1, this sets up on the outside, and that is going to be lifted into center field. Spins him around, but that's 2 away. And that brings up Austin Dean. Austin Dean hitless in the week. He has not had a hit since last week. Last weekend, 0 for the series against Hanwha. This week, 0 for the series against NC, and he has 0 for the day against Doosan. First pitch is popped up. Jake Cave running, and it'll just get out of play as the second baseman goes sliding and hits 0-1. Myung Jin tried to make the sliding catch as he slams into the padding. All righty, here we go. The 0-1 pitch to Austin Dean. Sets up high. Almost hits him in the face as he dives out of the way. And 1-1. Little mound visit now as Yang Yi makes his way to talk to Kim Tae-jin, or Kim Tae-jin, Kim Tae-kyun. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Austin Dean represents the tying run. LG needs to get 2 runs here because otherwise they will fall a full game back from Hanwha. They're a half game out of first place and facing the number 9 team in the league. Had a 4-3 lead. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Sets up high again, and this one's over his head. And it's 2-0 or 2-1. They're trying to go up on him. But he does not have enough command or control to throw the high fastball. As they check over on Shin-Min Jae over at first. I don't know what they're trying. All right, here we go. The 2-1 pitch sets up way outside, and that's up high and ball 3, 3-1. Did not try to throw it up there. He set up at the knees on the outside corner, but missed way up high. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. There's pitch number 18 already of this inning for the young closer. The 3-1 pitch sets up on the outside again. And just catches the outside corner, runs the count full, 3-2. All right, here we go. The 3-2 pitch. And he walks him. That brings up a Moonbow Young, and now you've got a lefty trying to get out a righty. All right, Moonbow Young steps in now. 2 for 3 on the day, walked in his first at bat. Single in his second at bat, a single in his third at bat, a 6-4 ground out in his third at bats, his fourth at bats with runners on first and second at the time. He's got another chance here with runners on first and second. Sets up on the outside and misses up high, ball 1. Kim Tae-kyun versus Moongo Young, 0 for 3 with a walk in his career. And that is a strike on the outside, and it's 1-1. Runners on first and second. Austin Dean over at first. Shinmin Jae at second, and that's going to be a liner to left field. It's going to drop in. Shinmin Jae is going to come on home, and just like that, it's a 1-run game. That brings up Moon Sung Ju. I told you, I didn't think it was going to end in 6-4. Austin will come out now. I believe they'll probably have Chaewon Young taking over on the base pass. Yes, they will. And that is a strike in there at the top of the zone, 0-1. And that's up high. 1-1. Why does that? And that is ripped, but I believe he just broke his bat, and he will get a new piece of lumber. I realize I've had that wrong the whole time. All righty, the 1-2 pitch. Pitch number 26 of this inning. Moon Sung Ju, 2 for 3 on the day. And he slaps it, but's foul. And stays 1-2. Single scores 1. All of the games have suddenly become very, very close. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop grabs it, throws across, and that's will end the game, ladies and gentlemen, as Doosan hangs on to win 6-5. As Doosan able to beat their roommates to get a win finally. That's 2 straight wins for Doosan. Elsewhere around the league, it's a more just ridiculous close games. But yeah, I mean, LG, they had plenty of base runners. If you look at the stats, it says that they both had 9 hits. LG also had six walks. They had the big 3-run homer by Pak Dong-wan, but obviously that 6th inning for LG or for Doosan was the difference in the game. The 6th inning, they just LG's bullpen just couldn't get any outs. Their defense played like poo. Again, they are fundamentally not very good. The KBO is fundamentally not very good. But LG is even worse. Their manager just I don't know what he does. Besides sit down and then try to chest bump umpires. Who knows? But I mean, the big play there by Austin doesn't end up technically hurting them. They had runner on first and third with 1 out, and they pick them off. But Austin throws the ball to the shortstop too quickly, and that means that the runner was able to turn around and get back to first. And again, it didn't lead to any more runs at the time, so it's not like it was a huge thing. But then you had a ground ball later to the third baseman, ate him up. He bobbled it. It was right to him. He bobbled it. It went into foul territory. Tried to pick it up, throw over to first, but he dropped it. And that is why I have an error there. The KBO doesn't, the official scorers have never actually played baseball in their life. They don't know what an actual error is. It's an error in any league in the world. It's an error in Little League. It's an error in Japan. It's an error in Mexico. It's an error in Argentina. It's an error in Panama. It's an error in the MLB. It's an error in Canada. It's an error in Australia. Except the KBO, it's not an error. So just bad defense by LG. Bad base running by LG. Again, getting caught stealing bases multiple times. Again, fundamentally just not a good team. LG, they're just not a good team fundamentally. Wild pitches ends up scoring runs. Just they're really difficult to watch. I'm glad I'm not an LG fan. Having to watch this team. They have a ton of great players. But fundamentally, it's just like they think that's they're cruising through the league, but they're in second place. The manager is probably cost them 5, 6, 7 games already this season by his bad decisions. So Doosan, though, they got the wins. They got the hits that they needed when it was time to get hits. They they were able to get through with in the first inning they scored a run there, 1 for 1 with runners in scoring position at that point. In the 4th inning they get another run there, or 2 runs there, 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. And then in the 4th inning they go 3 for 4 with runners in scoring position. So when they had runners in scoring position, they got the stuff done. They got it done. That's all there is to it. They had 5 1, 2, 3 innings, but the 4 that they didn't have 1, 2, 3 innings, they scored runs. So when they had runners on, they scored runs. That's really the difference in the game for Hana, or sorry, for LG. on the day. Hernandez doesn't end up getting the loss. Sonju Young will end up taking the loss again. Normally he is a starter. Just brought back up today. Came out of the bullpen because he's been struggling as a starter. Came out of the bullpen and did not pitch well. He was only able to get one out. Gave up 3 hits, but they ended up all coming around, or 2 of them ended up coming around to score. Guakbin gets the win. I wouldn't say he pitched great. 6 innings, 102 pitches, 72 strikes, 7 hits, 1 home run given up, 2 walks. He ended up giving up 4 runs total, all of them earned. But he was able to get the win thanks to his team scoring a couple runs in the top of the 6th. Elsewhere around the league, Kia is still up 5-3 against SSG as they are 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Kia's up to bat. KT has taken the lead by scoring 7 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, ladies and gentlemen. They were down 5-0 going into the 8th or bottom of the 8th inning. They score 7 runs. And they're trying to hold on for the lead as they've got to 1 out in the top of the 9th against NC at this point. NC, who do they have coming up? They'll have the 1-2 hitters coming up. Kim Ju-won and Guani Dong will be coming up as KT has their closer out on the mound. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be doing Samsung versus LG. That's what you guys voted for. It'll be Wan Tae-in for Samsung versus Pak Seung for Lotte. So no rain in the forecast for Saturday. There will be rain in the forecast for the rest of the week. Those of you guys that aren't familiar with the KBO in Korea, it is monsoon season, which means there's going to be a rain out probably 1 or 2 every single week. It's looking like next weekend is a ton of rain again. But next weekend, there are games in Kium in the Dome. So even if there are rainouts, I'll still be able to do those games. So depending on what team you want to see, vote in the poll that's on my channel page. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow, 5 o'clock game. And as always, until next time.